if I ever explain why I make that screen white, but it is normally because when I'm filming, I need the light to look better on my laptop when I'm filming. But as of right now, I'm not filming. I already filmed a video already, but I'm still going to be studying a bit of some JavaScript. Now, what I want to do real quick is, well, I think I finished this one. So let me just real quick, I want to see how many I have left, because I do need to end up doing the web design JavaScript because I haven't touched it for a minute. And I feel like I need to get a couple more done so I can at least, you know, get the web design certificate pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? Let's just see how much I got left in this current one. Oh, so there's like 118. That is crazy. That is absurd. So I'm probably gonna end up pushing this all the way to 80, and then I'm gonna hop into the web design. But I do gotta take notes on 70. But let's close this and let's go back here. And I want to see how many I have left. I think I did about 1, 2, 3. I did all the way up until the first project, and then 2 courses after that, I guess is what you would call it. I'm not sure. As of right now, I'm still building a typography for a nutrition label, which I could get done relatively quickly. There's only 6 levels. Same thing with the 68 levels. Same thing with the quiz. There's 67 levels, so I'm pretty sure I could be able to get that done. So I'm very confident to be doing this. But I'm gonna sit here and actually, let me open this up and have 18 open. I'm gonna sit here and probably go all the way to 80, even though I already did technically study a good amount. I think I just want to make sure I get 10 done for today, and hopefully I can end it on a success. So I'm taking some notes on step 70, which I believe step 70 taught me about PEMDAS, which is the parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. And then on top of that, they showed me how to technically use that for doing something. They wanted me to do 2 times the row number minus 1. So we'll get into that very shortly. For loop to use the addition statement. So I'm assuming they want me to use it for this one. So they want me to do plus equals 1. Oops, I didn't space it. But all right, I got that. Okay, just in case, because I could have simply messed that all up. I take notes on this one, just because I need to make sure that I end up taking that part down where it says the pyramid not functions. No, the addition operator is not the only way to add values. So I think that is actually pretty cool. And that's a pretty neat trick to have up my sleeve if I can ever remember it. I could look into creating, but like I feel like based on my own knowledge, I wouldn't understand how to create that just yet. So, because normally what I would do, like for instance for the counter project, I just looked at somebody else build a counter, and then off of taking notes off of that and memory, I was able to remember what I had to write to be able to make the counter work down. And I remembered it when it came to making my counter, like, oh yeah, this is how you make this work. I want to get to the point where I know exactly what I'm doing. Like I want this function specifically to to target this and then make this result into this. I still struggle with that. So I feel like I currently can't build with JavaScript if I don't know how to do that, if that makes sense. I actually really like what the video just up there just ended up saying, because it was actually kind of exactly what I was just trying to say about myself. He basically said that a lot of people get trapped in tutorial hell where they can follow along somebody making a project and they can follow instructions, but when it comes to actually building a project on their own, they don't know how to do it. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like, not that that's where I'm at, because I think I could, for instance, I replicated the Netflix page. Now, granted, I did have like a replica of what I'm looking at, and there were times where I did dive into the code to understand a little bit of what was going on, but I was able to build that without really having to watch somebody else do it or watch what code other people were writing. I knew exactly what code needed to be written based on what I was seeing, and I felt like that was pretty cool. And I could do that with HTML and CSS. What I'm trying to do is be able to do that with JavaScript as well. And so the route I'm trying to take it is, how did I get myself to do that with HTML and CSS? I continue to do problems on Free Code Camp, and I believe there were, I think I followed quizzes as well to see if I was remembering stuff. I took notes. So what I'm trying to do is exactly what I did to be able to do HTML and CSS on my own and be able to create and not have to look at other people's and what they're doing. I need to get like that for JavaScript. And I could see myself getting to a point where I can follow a JavaScript instruction, right? I could do what somebody tells me to do, but I can't do it on my own. And that's something that I'm recognizing, which is why I'm continuing to do it on Free Code Camp, because I'm wondering, because that's how I did it with HTML and CSS, right? When I didn't understand something and I was like kind of lost and I started to follow along, and but I didn't know how to do it on my own, what I did was I continued to go down Free Code Camp, where Free Code Camp continued to make you do it over and over and over, and they re-explained it over and over and over again. I'm hoping that's what they end up doing. This JavaScript thing, like every time we run into like a function that we need to write for something, hopefully they deep dive and explain into it every single time, and they make me continuously do it. You know, considering in this project they made me write a function like 30 times and erase it at this point. So it's like, so I know they're gonna make me do it in this course. But I realized that that's what got me to understand it. And I think I'm understanding it even better right now, because they are still continuing to make me write my for loops and to write my functions. And those are the two things I'm kind of struggling with, but that's good. They're like, Free Code Camp really does it really good, but I think it depends on you as a learner. Are you just rushing through these steps, or are you actually taking notes and trying to understand how to do it? And then on top of that, are you actually trying to build it in visual code to see how it really works or how it really runs? Are you looking at different websites, you know, like web documents, right, and trying to get deep into that? I know a lot of people would possibly consider that to be tutorial hell. I feel like for me, if I didn't take that route, especially when it came to HTML and CSS, I wouldn't have been able to learn it. You can't tell me you need to build when I don't even know how to write a line of code, which is why I'm trying to learn it to an extent, so now I can build. And I love the way that he just said that, because he was saying, you know, he was saying that ChatGPT, they know how to do, like how to follow instructions. They know how to write code, right? The simple stuff, like the junior level people, like basically what I would do, right? I already know how to, I can do what ChatGPT can already do. What I need to learn is what ChatGPT can't do, which is they can't create. They don't know how to do things on their own without instruction. So as long as I can make myself a creator and a problem solver, then there will be a difference for me between AI and me, right? And me between as well other junior developers that are going to try to come in thinking just because they have a degree that they're going to get the job, or just because, you know, they know how to write code, they're going to get the job. It's like, no, you need to be a problem solver, number one, and number two, you need to be a creator. You need to know, you need to just do it without following instructions, because they got ChatGPT to do that. They don't need you to do it. They need you to be able to do further than that. And I feel like that's how I'm trying to get myself to go. Somebody in the comments saying they needed the fundamentals to be able to learn how to build, and he was saying scratch the fundamentals, just start building, even if it's just writing, you know, random stuff on there, just trying to see what will work and what won't. I kind of disagree with that approach, because I feel like if I did that, I would have never got anywhere. Like, I wouldn't have got further than he thought, because he was saying, like, if you write like that and then you start learning doing it that way, just typing random stuff, then you would, you know, learn way better. I personally disagree. I think I do need a little bit of a foundation, right? I need the foundations to be able to learn. I think that's why, you know, I've succeeded. Like, I don't think I know everything in HTML and CSS, but I'm at a good position with HTML and CSS. And I think truly the only reason why I am with that type of stuff is because I learned the foundations, is what I'm trying to say. So right now I'm trying to learn the foundation of JavaScript, and I'm sorry, I can't build it, man. I don't know what to build. I don't know how to build. I don't know enough to build, but they're teaching me a good amount of stuff right now. So I'm telling you, I'm gonna know pretty soon. I'm probably gonna know by next month, and I'm probably gonna build way more JavaScript projects. Step 81 where I wanted to be, ended up finishing that. So now I'm going to jump into the web design courses, which should be good. But as of right now, I'm about to go and eat some rice because I need to be getting my carbs. I need to be getting my calories in. I had eaten breakfast and then I ate some mac and cheese, which was supposed to be my lunch, but I was supposed to be eating something plus that so I can get like at least 500 calories, maybe a little bit more, but I forgot to eat it. So I'm probably just going to eat this rice as of right now, drink my protein shake around like 1 in the morning, and then with that protein shake, eat something else to make up for the missed food that I have missed. So yeah, so I'm gonna go tear that up. At least I get to, you know, chill, watch a couple of videos before jumping into, you know, the next set of learning that I need to do for today. So deuces. What's up, y'all? I finally ended up brushing out my hair, which I had to do for a minute, but I went to sleep, so it probably kind of looks a little funky, but it's all right. Hair is brushed out. That's pretty good. Next, I am going to be doing some Bible study right now because it is right before I do end up going to work. I think I got like 2-ish, 3-ish hours, and my shift hours actually changed. I completely forgot to end up telling y'all. I work in the afternoon now, which is great. I'm trying to get better. The problem is like, when I get home, it's kind of roughly around the same time I used to get home. So it's kind of hard for me to fall asleep on time, because if I fall asleep on time, because I do work in the afternoon, I could wake up at like 10 a.m. or even like 8 a.m. depending on what time I sleep. But I'm just not tired because I'm so used to staying up until like, you know, 7 a.m. or 5 a.m. that when I'm trying to sleep, it takes me till like 4 a.m. to sleep. And then I waste all my damn time because I gotta actually go to work earlier. So if I'm sleeping at 4 a.m., it's not like I'm able to wake up at 3, then have like 5 hours before work. It's like, no, I wake up at that time. It's like, I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? So I really gotta end up fixing my sleep schedule, because I think it honestly feels worse. I feel like I have less time because I cannot wake up early. Well, I can't sleep on time, which causes me to not wake up early. I actually like to read my Bible on my laptop, and it was so crazy because I never used to like it. I used to hate reading it on my laptop, and now I feel like I truly enjoy it. I do want to get a bigger Bible, and I feel like the only reason why I do enjoy it so much is because I don't have a bigger version of this, because it's kind of like hurts my eyes to really look at and stuff like that. But if I can get a bigger version, you know, that would be lit too. But I don't know, for some reason, like diving into like a physical Bible, I feel like I don't want to touch it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want my pages to crinkle. Like, some people really love to be in that Bible like this. Like, no, this is where I like to journal. I would rather crinkle these pages. Like, I don't want to crinkle my Bible. I don't want to highlight my Bible. I'll highlight something in this book though. Like, that's where, I don't know how people could just be up in their Bible like that. And I think so, like, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, but I just can't do it. I love my Bible to be crystal clean, pristine, looking untouched. Like, I don't know, some people find it, you know, a flex for their Bible to look all crinkled, and I'm like, I would have to get a new one. Like, I can't read in that one. And my first Bible, I want to say I only had the first few, like, I think I went probably like 7, maybe 8 chapters deep in the Old Testament. My bad, Old Testament. So those pages were crinkled and highlighted, and I didn't like it. I just did not like it. I was like, I honestly, if I want to go back and read this, I'm lost. Like, I did not like it. So I think they say by grace through faith. My bad. By grace through faith in Jesus Christ, we will be saved. That's just truly what I believe, right? Deep down, that's what I believe. I think a lot of people tend to say that, but that's not what they really believe. They believe that they need to have something prove that they're saved, or they need to have a transformation, or they need to have all these good things, all these good, you know, fruits, have all this. I personally think to be saved is simply by belief. Not saying that you shouldn't have those things, but I think if someone didn't have those things, I wouldn't think you're not saved. I would think you're unprofitable. I don't think you could profit another human being. I don't think you could, you know, possibly even save another human being if you aren't distributing this type of lifestyle change or these type of good works. But I wouldn't say you as an individual is not saved because you're not doing that. I think you would be saved because you believe in Jesus Christ. You accepted the payment. That's personally what I believe. So the notes that I take are from Dr. Constable, which sometimes he can get a couple of things wrong, but I do notice it when I see it. I think he does a lot of like something with like the Israelites replacement, and there's a couple of the verses that he could get that I feel like are incorrect. And then there's another dude whose name is Tom Conclusa. He only did a New Testament Bible. He only did a New Testament commentary, which I think he does really great. I feel like he does kind of skim around, which is why I like to use both of them. Because I think Tom Conclusa, he has the best, I think he truly has the best mindset when it comes to the Bible and the New Testament King James Version. Like, he does really great explaining those verses. But Dr. Constable, he takes it to a deeper level. So when Tom Conclusa matches up with Dr. Constable, I'm like, okay, well then this is more likely correct. Well, of course, I feel like I have to read the Bible for myself, and then I wonder what it is. If my mindset matches with Tom Conclusa's and then Dr. Constable's, I'm like, okay, I'm on the right track. Let me see what Tom Conclusa is saying, and then he'll give like a brief explanation. Dr. Constable gets real deep and he'll start adding in things from like the Old Testament to over here to over here. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Like, you know, I really like those studies. So something I'm learning right now is that you cannot be neutral about Christ. I only got into just a little bit into, I'm still kind of writing notes for verse 37. That's why I told y'all I write a lot of notes for each verse, which I think is a beautiful thing. I love to do deep dive studies into each verse, but then I don't really get far along because I probably do like 4. But as of right now, I'm noting that no decision is a decision. Right? To the Lord, that is a decision. You have to either believe in him or you don't, right? And if you try to be like, I'm not in this, that is you making a decision. You know, a lot of people don't know how to just preach the gospel, and people love to preach, you know, turn from sin and to, you know, do this and do that. And it's like, but preaching that to somebody who doesn't believe and can't turn from their sin unless they have the strength of God doesn't make sense to be preaching to someone that you're newly trying to convert. I feel like what we should be preaching to them is the gospel, and the gospel is that we are all sinners. We all fall short of God's glory. We need a savior, and that savior was Jesus Christ, fully God, fully human. He walked this earth. He died for our sins. He took the payment on the cross. He was buried and then rose again, and should be coming back at some point soon. Should be coming back soon, right? And if you place your faith in him, you will have eternal life. And by grace through faith, right? In Jesus Christ, you will be saved. But for some reason, when you make it a force, when you make it something that's like, if you don't do this, you're not saved, people aren't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because people, like the people that are going to be real with themselves, they're going to realize, oh, I can never walk this quote unquote Christian life, right? Because everybody has a different standard for their Christian life. Nobody is always on the same track. It's like your standard is going to be different from this person's standard. And because of that, they're going to be trying to walk in your standard. Then when this person's standard looks at them, and they're like, no, but you need to turn from this. Then they're going to be like, whoa. And then now they're doing a whole bunch of like confusion because they're not even trying to pay attention to the Bible. They're paying attention to you and your standard. There's a clear divide between service and salvation. I think salvation is clear that it is believing Jesus Christ. I think service is everything else. Service is picking up your cross. Service is, you know, turning from sin. Service is doing this, doing that. Service is transforming your life. Service is all that. But when we are preaching about salvation, let's keep it about salvation. And then when we talk about service, express that there is a distinct line drawn between. But I know that some people don't believe that, but that's currently what I believe. And I think it's honestly the best. I think the Bible makes it very clear that that belief is the true belief.